Let's go live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. That's the name of the show. Nailed it. My name is Will. I wanted to say Adventurers Anonymous for some reason, but that's not it. Welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, and I've got Phil back on today, and we're going to be doing some D&D writing. How's it going, Phil?
Good, good. Glad to be here.
Fantastic. So, yeah, we're going to be starting off writing some more of my beginner's play adventure that we started last week, and then the second half we're going to be writing some of Phil's campaign, Wayward Tides. So, yeah, you guys are going to dive in, help us out with some ideas, some character names, some suggestions, and, yeah, we'll see where it takes us. So, I've got this Google document here for y'all. The character's level 5, our location is Waterdeep, and the theme is that there are cults in high society. So in fact, both me and Phil have campaigns set in Waterdeep at the moment, or in and around Waterdeep, which is interesting.
Yeah, my guys aren't going back to Waterdeep.
Yeah, we're going into deep water, but...
yeah.
We're not Waterdeep. So we had this idea of a cult named The Shedding, who are basically worshippers of the Yuan-Ti and this snake goddess Anitis. And their plan is to basically get this egg, which is the like a founder egg, I suppose, and bring it into the ancient temple site in Waterdeep. They're going to infect a bunch of different cult members, people in high society, and the party are going to be trying to uncover out who is behind it. And who's responsible for also this new drug which is on the street at the moment as well, which is starting to turn people into weird mutant things. So the guy behind us all is Oscar Yinf and the Yinf family. He's a landowner, business tycoon, charmer, and in control of the freshwater ice trade in Waterdeep. And his family basically have a monopoly over that. So they also wear these weird masks. And this is the idea of like they can shed their like snake skin and take on a different persona, different visage, I suppose, but no one knows that they're wearing these creepy snake skins. Also,
the lizard people are in charge of
yeah, the evil lizard race are going to be in charge, much like our own monarchies. So yeah, that's the plan. We've got Oscar, who's the once famous adventurer merchant. They've met him. His wife Amelia, who's very much the kind of brains of the operation. Thaddeus, who doesn't know what's going on but really wants his father's approval. And Abarella, who definitely does know what's going on, and she's a kind of creepy, I don't know, like seductress type character to charm the party. We've got her boyfriend Quentin, who's actually basically a kind of zombie. And Lucian, who's the uncle and poisoner of the family, responsible for a lot of the drug trade going on currently in Waterdeep. So there's a couple other factions that we'll get to, not too important for tonight's session, I don't think. But the basic plot hook was that this woman called Silvaria had been hired by a rival family of the Yinfs. And she was like, I need some help uncovering what's going on with this new drug, Spark. So there are two versions of this drug, Spark. There's Spark, which is the high-quality stuff, and then there is Sludge, which is like the stuff which is on the street, that like really grimy, dirty, really fucks you up kind of stuff, but it's dead cheap. She invited them all to a masquerade ball, and she was going to meet Sergeant Duncan Hallwinter there, he's basically a conspiracy theorist. He believes that all of the City Watch are in on it. He's actually correct, but no one actually believes him. So I went to the ball. You did, Verman, yes. So this is kind of like we're planning episode 2 of this show. They went to the ball. They met the Yinf family. Shenanigans ensued. Silvari was actually killed. She was poisoned there. And Duncan Hallwinter was framed for her murder. So they basically found this vial of poison on him, which he claims wasn't there, and the players know him to be an honourable man, but he's been taken away to jail. The rest of the party are kind of implicated because they knew both Duncan and Silvaria. So they're like, what the fuck is going on? how did this happen? How could this possibly happen when everyone here is such upstanding gentlemen and ladies in high society? Well, I met with a guy called Six Fingers, who is the leader of the Thieves Guild in the city, and Six Fingers basically told them that he had an apprentice called Carrigan, who is now, he believes, working for the Yinth family. This is her MO, poisoning people and framing others for it. And so he kind of told them that they've taken Duncan Hallwinter. Hallwinter must know something about the Yinth family. That's why they're trying to silence him. So the players need to break into the prison, get Hallwinter out, learn what he knows, and see if they can take down the Yinth family, because they believe them to be behind this mass drug trade which is going on in the city, and also responsible for killing people and making business associates of the Thorns go missing. But what Six Fingers and the party don't know is that there's actually a much more dark truth behind all of this, that the Yinth family aren't just trading drugs on the sly and got the City Watch in their pocket. They are also converting people into snake cult believers and brainwashing them in order to get the whole city under their control. So what seems like a nice old drug bust is gonna go pretty wrong. I gave them some options last week as to how they were going to get into the prison, and that's what tomorrow's episode is going to be about, basically. Prison break, how to get Hallwinter out of prison and learn what he knows. They chose the option of going through the sewers. And I mentioned that there were going to be some creepy monsters in the sewers if they were going to go that way and break in like so. So yeah, let's just start on a new page. I guess we'll go down here. Ooh. Oh my god, what the hell did I do? That was terrible. There we go. So we'll start here with episode 2, Prison Break.
This is where they face off against the Aboleth, right?
Yeah, right? Holy mackerel, that one. There we go. Don't want that to happen. Alright, so yeah, episode 2, Prison Break. So, the party are going to be traveling through the sewers, and we mentioned that there are going to be some gribbly monsters there. So, traveling through the sewers. Holy shit, let's get this in the right fucking font, first of all. And then we'll continue to fail spelling. Through the sewers, what do they encounter? Alright, so let's get some brain teasers going, some warm-ups for you guys in chat. We need a gribbly monster, something that lives in a sewer, or perhaps many monsters that live in sewers. Give me some ideas of some horrible things that we could throw at them. They are level 5, so I mean, but we can change things up. You know, if we actually wanted to have an Aboleth, then I'm sure we could reskin something to look like an Aboleth, but have the actual stats of something else.
That wasn't very fun for my level 5 character.
Yeah, I remember that last week, by the way. That was fun. It's like old-fashioned handwriting. Only I can decipher it. Yes, yes. I was sludge cubes. Oh, like a gelatinous cube would live in a sewer, right?
Oh yeah.
That would definitely be the kind of monster that I could see living in a sewer.
Or like black oozes, I think would be more.
Yeah, yeah.
Same thematically, just more urban than underground.
Black puddings, is that what they called? Or black?
Yes,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Then kind of some kind of rat-snake hybrids. Oh, actually, like, rat folk always live in sewers, right? If I've learned anything from the fucking Drizzt novels, is that there's always fucking ratkin in the sewers.
What if there were ratkin enslaved by because
by the cult, yeah.
Usually you'd think that they'd be like the food of snakes. Yeah.
That kind of makes sense. That they like harvest them. Spooders. The feces demon from Dogma. I can't say I'm familiar with the feces demon, Naz, but good suggestion.
I guess it all depends on where the sewer connects to.
That is true. That is true.
Oh gosh.
I hope we move the D&D schedules around. Yeah, I know that feel. swarm of bat spooters, were rats. What do they call it? Yeah, were rats / ratkin. Rare wats. There we go. Nailed it. Have I ever seen Code Lyoko? No, I haven't. No.
Code Lyoko? Yeah, that's a really old cartoon. Cartoon Network.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
No,
I remember Code Lyoko. Why? Is that a thing? From Code Lyoko?
Feces Elemental. The Golga fan. I like the idea that there are were-rats down here, or ratkin. Fucking hell, there we go. Enslaved by the cult, and forced to protect the entrances to the prison. I cannot fucking spell. In the sewers. Wow, I really can't spell today. Fuck me. The rats from there is what I was thinking. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not familiar with them. Sure,
it's been too long for me to... I just remember the show.
All I'm thinking is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, to be honest.
Yeah.
So...
Whoa, what was that?
I don't... Isn't it... Oh yeah, that thing down there is another idea for a... What is going on with my Google Doc? It's acting all kinds of funky. What? Okay, that's weird. I want to get rid of this image. I feel like it's fucking things. There we go. Maybe we're also drug trafficking through the sewers. The Draken. Yeah, maybe they're like the carriers or like the mules. Forced to enslave option can also give the party possibility of swapping their allegiance. Yeah. You know, maybe they can get the rat folk on side.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Yeah. Rakin have been enslaved and forced to carry shipments of sludge, spark around the city and to protect the sewers. Maybe they've, set up defenses or traps around the entrances to the sewers. Expecting some kind of... expecting some kind of breakout, aren't they? Street sharks. Tunnel rats rule! So they've set up like a defense, but there needs to be some kind of option or some way for the party to find out that they're enslaved. So what... Is there a visible tell that these guys are enslaved? Do they look like kind of zombies behind the eyes? Or maybe they find some kind of note, some kind of warrant. Or maybe the sheer connection is just that they find shipments of this drug. And then they run across, they made that connection, well, why do these guys have shipments of spark with the Yint family name on them? Maybe that's the connection that they make. I realised why I was doing that funky thing then.
That's a good question.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. What you just said, silver collars.
Silver collars, yeah. Or a brand.
Yeah. If they're were-rats, that poses a problem.
Yeah, so maybe... so... we can talk about what the traps are exactly as well, but maybe the Ratkin wear silver collars, which are incredibly painful to them, and keep them in check. The party find shipments of sludge and spark in their warren, which oops, that's not how you spell sludge. Neither is that. Which bear the Yinth family mark on them, which makes that connection. Some kind of social pressure. Interesting.
What if so what if the collars weren't silver, but they were like magically, like there was a command word that the Yuan-Ti would say, and then they would turn into silver.
Okay,
Because they're were rats, they would like start choking. So it's not apparent immediately to these to the adventurers because they're just wearing collars.
Right.
And then they witness this maybe and realize that the rat folk are possibly innocent in this.
Yeah. I mean, it will be in post broadcast. I get saved forever, so I don't know. If it's not on YouTube, then somewhere in there, most likely. I like that idea though. This magical collar. You know, identifying the collar shows that, you know, on a command word, the collar will activate and turn to silver, choking the were-rats. Yeah. Which,
I mean, that all the were-rats would know that, so it wouldn't be hard to find out even without witnessing it.
That's true.
But also that poses the possibility of, you know, some were-rats wearing them, or wearing similar looking ones, but not being actually enslaved. You know, all the.
Yeah, they're pressured, but they're not. They could still act out. I think the rat folk. You know, perhaps if there's like one particularly brave or particularly cowardly ratkin who's manages to survive, might be able to give them a lead on how to find evidence on the Yint family. I guess. You know, if you might know a name or a location where they ship these things out from, and that could lead to more conclusive evidence for the party. Because currently they don't know that there's more underhanded things going on. Currently they just think like, this is a drug trade, we're looking to break, you know, the case, essentially.
So is it the whole 1T thing where like they're changing the humans into like these
snake people, basically?
Yeah, snake people that have different purposes and slaves and
absolutely.
Wow. I love it. I was just reading about that the other day.
Yeah. Because we got like the anti-purebloods as well, and we had this idea where like the original strain of like the one like anti-spirit who's left over has pure blood and has given the Yint family a taste of the like kind of pure blood, so they can actually like transform, and from that strain, almost like a vampire cult, you know, like the strain gets weaker and weaker, but they still have different purposes. Okay, so they find that shipment. What kind of traps would the Ratkin have around? Obviously they're going to have some kind of, like, ambush. Yeah, there's an ambush... Oops. Not an ambushed. Waiting for the party. But what traps would Ratkin lay around? What do you guys think in chat? I don't think they're particularly, like, clever creatures, right? They're not like they're basically Skaven from like Warhammer Fantasy. So so I'm thinking sort of stuff like bear traps, strawberry dams. So like a NPC named Salrasha, but everyone calls her Sasha. For what purpose do you think?
What?
Dams holding back sewage.
I love that. I've played in an adventure where you set off traps and water came rushing down the tunnel, and it's really...
That's like the Lost Mine. Yeah. There's that encounter in Lost Mine of Fandelver, which I think is a similar thing, which I found really interesting. Tripwires. Collapsing rubble. Yeah, I like the idea of dams. They come across a dam in the center of the not the road. What's the fucking what do you call it? Tunnel, I guess.
Tunnel.
Yeah, that's the word. Nailed it.
Pipe.
Yeah, pipe tunnel. I don't know. They come across a dam in the center of the tunnel, which is piled high. I'm guessing like detritus and trash is the kind of thing that they built it out from. You know, like bits of rubble and fallen down. Bits of crap, basically, and all like sludged together with sewage to make this like really gory sandwich.
Maybe they can't see the other side of it at first.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, it's just a tunnel blocked off.
Yeah, so they can like climb up.
Maybe they're able to hear the water on the other side.
Yeah. They know that based on their like map, it should be just beyond this, and so they can like go up to see.
And if they try and start moving stuff,
it's gonna fall down. And
yep.
Yeah, I like it. Let's go, Kaylin. Pit traps with poisoned barbs, but they aren't poisoned in the conventional sense. Think like a Gila monster bite. The bacteria from the filth infects the wound. Oh yeah, I like that idea. Like a Komodo dragon or something. Very Falls Queen for falling as well. Gentle Lady and a Scholar. Yeah, I like that idea. The trap that would release other sewage-type monsters that have been captured. Ooh. Also, yeah, that's an idea from a Yami. Like, sewage is usually like pretty filled with, gases, right? So it's possible that the gases like trapped down here are quite flammable, and maybe something goes up in flames. It doesn't necessarily have to be a trap, but like I light a lantern and then boom, like in this area is particularly explosive, perhaps. Okay, which is piled high. Let me write this first thing down before I forget it. Which is piled high with trash and stuck together. I got this really gruesome image of like basically going through trash which has been stuck together with literal sewage that they've used as like glue. And they've like, they got like their hands and they like get it all from the sewage and like splat it onto there and they like stick another bit onto it. And stuck together with sewage. They can't see past it, but they know that somewhere beyond is the entrance to the prison. It's like I don't know if you ever played any Darkest Dungeon, but when you come across one of those like obstacles, you got to use a fucking shovel to get through, and it takes them ages to get past. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. So yeah, disturbing the dam or trying to climb over it will release the trap. Release the river! And sewage, which has been, I don't know what the term is, like stopped by the dam, will, oh man, it's so much grosser than just a river flying over you. It's like a river of crap just flying over the players. Not dam, dam. Will flow over them. Yeah.
That's so gross.
And I'm thinking there'd be, some kind of check involved in that to like swim against the tide of literal shit, which is.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see. They can dodge a fire by going underwater. Oh, dude, going underwater in the sewage. That can't be
that is the only escape.
Survive the shitstorm. Yeah, I'm thinking like athletics, can be used to swim against the tide. And I'm thinking as well, how about this? Like, when that sewage is like flowing against them, the ratkin. Ooh, what if the ratkin have like? I'm going off on a tangent here. Have like poisoned darts so they can like blowguns that they can fire at a party. Can ratkin cling to ceilings? Because it might be the case that they trigger the trap and they look up and the ratkin crawl out of holes, start firing down on them whilst they're being pulled away by the tide.
Alright, I'm looking it up.
Because if I'm a ratkin, I'm like super weak, kind of crap at everything I do. But the one thing that makes them okay is like the element of surprise. If they get in a surprise round and manage to like take out maybe a member of the party, maybe a tank, then they can like climb on the ceiling maybe, or perhaps they've invented something.
Giant rat. Okay.
Doesn't look like it according to the monster manual. Okay. We could make it that owls do.
Yeah.
Surprise rats! Suddenly rats. They could be bars on the ceiling that they used to climb. Oh yeah, so maybe ninja rats.
Just like
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Yes, let's make it happen. Okay. Yeah. At the same time, so here, we got a couple of things that they could do. We could describe to them that there are bars on the ceiling that they can't quite reach, but are like above them in a tunnel as they're going through the tunnel. And then, you know, that turns out to be how the rat can get around. They actually don't travel around the sides. They crawl on top of ceilings. The other thing what you could do is that maybe they have some kind of contraption which they've created, or maybe there's a sticky substance which they like stick their hands that they can like Spider-Man around. Maybe there's like pythons or pitons, whichever the term is that they use to like hang into the sides.
I like the monkey bars.
I like monkey bars, yeah.
Because then if they do figure out like a way to get up to the 15-foot, 20-foot tall ceiling, or I don't know how tall it would be, but
then we could do monkey bar adventure.
Yeah.
Encounter.
It wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah. They tunneled a sewer chute above the main tunnel. Oh, that's another idea. Maybe they tunneled something above it. Yeah. Okay. The party notice a set of, you know, rusty iron bars, which are above tunnels in the sewer system. They maybe, I don't know how far above they are. They look difficult to reach, and one would have to monkey bar across. That's the only term for it, isn't it? Monkey bar across. So then, when the trap springs, boom! Suddenly, monkey bar rats. Rat can emerge from holes in the ceiling and use their, I guess, dexterous feet to cling onto feet and tail, right? So like monkeys, they're going to use their tails to balance. To cling onto the iron bars and attack the party from range. So maybe it's a thing where, like, we could add in like an environmental effect with the quote unquote tide, the tide of shit. Let's put this, just ambush. Also, according to Monster Manor, rats and giant rats are usually found with rats, so it used to be used as parts of traps or encounters. Okay, so like maybe there's a good mix of them, a healthy multicultural mix of rats, giant rats, and were-rats. It really is a melting pot down here in the sewers. So maybe it's like an environmental thing where we have like a certain amount of turns where the sewage is flowing, after which it becomes, you know, easier because the tide settles, or maybe the tide gets worse and worse. Maybe there's more sewage going in, and maybe they have to find a way to escape that, and maybe to escape the ambush. I'm not sure.
So what if this place is like dry? The entrance is dry, and then they come to this wall that it holds back the water, the sludge.
Yeah.
And so it'll just start flowing again once that's taken away, which means they'll be immersed like waist deep in water.
Yeah.
Or sludge, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll be forced out after this combat to use the monkey bars.
Okay. Yeah.
And have to make, I don't know, maybe con checks or something while they're in the water.
Against some kind of disease, you'd imagine, right?
Yeah.
The amount of, I mean, that is enough to like really get some terrible diseases, like walking through sewage. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
so
I like the like poison barbs. Maybe to spin off of that, like anytime they take damage in the water, they have to make the check.
That's a good idea.
Against infection.
Yeah. Okay, waist deep in sewage. Each round that the party remain in the water. And yeah, the YouTube channel this will be uploaded to. If you mean like DM's Guild or anything like that, normally, most likely I'll just put up my notes on the website. Yeah, this is the website where I sometimes will put my DM notes and stuff like that for those interested. Waist deep in sewage. Each round at the party start their turn, I guess. Start a turn in the water. They must make a con save. And what does disease do?
Well, we dealt with that.
We dealt with that the other day, didn't we? Yeah,
one of them makes it difficult when you're out of water.
Yeah,
you can come up with one. We can make one up.
Yeah, let's talk about sewage disease. Sewage disease. So,
what are the characters in your party?
Good question. Let's check the character sheets. We've got a dwarf. That much I know. Let's see. Yeah, we've got our half-elf sorcerer. We've got our rogue. Let's check all of these guys. I've forgotten their classes now. Yeah, we've got our fighter, our half-elf rogue, our human warlock and bard, and we have one dwarf as well.
Alright.
So sorry to screw them.
Well, I was thinking disadvantage on something that affects your mind.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
To make it difficult to concentrate on magic. That would not a magical disease, but
right.
A disease which affects would be so.
Yeah. So yeah, the dwarf is negative. That's true. Yeah. So they'd be wading in water, have something in the ground in the water like can't see, it'd be a solid trigger. Oh, like a tripwire. Yeah. I like it. Sorry, what were you thinking, Phil?
Oh, I love water combat. That just made me think of a water weird being trapped. I love
the sewage weird.
It's so much fun playing with water weirds. But I had two ideas for disease. One of them would be treat it like the weapon of wounding, like they'd have to save against infection.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that wound would be, or that damage would be considered a wound, and they'd have to make the further checks.
Yeah.
As if they were attacked by a weapon of wounding.
Yeah.
Alternatively, like if they failed a certain number of these checks or these saves, they would have disadvantage on all Constitution saves for a while.
Yeah. And then maybe there's an ability that we give the Ratkin that makes them roll Constitution to kind of wombo combo it.
Oh, you cruel. Cruel person.
Make a story gamer antonym for following. Welcome, my man. Appreciate
I just saw your and if you have if you have a sorcerer, a bard, a wizard, they're going to be making concentration checks.
Yeah.
That's why I thought that.
That's a good point. So yeah, maybe it infects like the skin of the PC. Yeah, I like that idea. So it's a con save. And maybe it has a couple of effects. So it gives you, let's think of a couple of them, like, disadvantage on all con checks until save.
Spirals, yeah.
Yeah. So it gets worse and worse, and then, maybe there is damage that is done over time, like a weapon.
And so that'd be once every 24 hours you make that save after you leave the water.
Nice.
So that they can't just get out of it.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, rather than saving every turn, every 6 seconds, because you're bound to save one of those. Disadvantage on con checks until save. Once every 24 hours, you get to make the check, and then what about disadvantage on like concentration? I guess that comes with it, and then damage per turn is going to be really nasty. Maybe it adds damage to any flesh wound received. Ooh.
Gives them vulnerability, maybe?
Yeah.
Kind of...
Which, of course, the Ratkin are going to use.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's actually Sewage Plague in DMG. Oh, we could check that out. We'll check it out.
I think that was the one that I used.
Okay, the one you used the other day. Okay, that makes sense.
Which, one of the two that I used yesterday, or last week.
Gotcha. Okay, strength, agility to fight against the current. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Vulnerability to piercing and slashing damage. And you get to save. Yeah, I like that. And then, the Ratkin... Let's find a stab log for the Ratkin. Oh, whatever they're called, rat folk in D&G. Let's find my compendium. Let's find it. There we go, compendium. I'll bring that up here for you guys to see. Rat. Let's search rat. Cranium rat. Oh my god, those are the things from Volo's Guide to Monsters, aren't they?
That's right.
Where rat? There we go. Let's see what kind of damage these bad boys do. They've got multi-attack, which are piercing damage. Nice. Do 1d20 plus 4, 1d4 plus 2 damage. But when that is comboed with someone's got a, you know, underlist disease, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
You're kind of screwed. I like it. What challenge rating is a fucking rat? Where rats are challenge rating 2. Okay, yeah, so we throw a bunch of these guys at him and you're sorted. So let's talk about maybe the sewage counts as difficult terrain whilst they're in the water because it's moving against them.
Yes, yeah. When I do water combat, anything that would go above your waist.
Yeah, you gotta really wade through it, don't you? Sewage water counts as difficult terrain when moving. Maybe like athletics, acrobatics to move. To I guess like to jump onto the ceiling, to jump onto the iron bars.
Yeah.
On the ceiling, which I mean is also probably going to count as difficult terrain, but you're not gonna
deal with these disease.
Yeah.
You can give them one of those, like a dex save, when the water first comes out.
To jump up.
Yeah, so they can avoid it.
Yeah, I like that.
But not all of them will be able to.
Yeah. Counts difficult terrain, and maybe you can only use one-handed weapons because you got to have at least one hand grabbing onto the iron bar.
That makes sense. Unless like one of them, none of them are Yuan-Ti themselves.
Unless they've been
unless
lying.
they have a tail, is what I was thinking.
Yeah. But that's where the rat can, the rat can get their advantage because they're holding onto the tail and then they get to fight with both hands. Use one-handed weapons. I agree. October. Okay, what counts difficult terrain we're moving? So let's talk about how many ratkin to how many bozos.
There are 5 in your party?
There are 5 in my party.
I would say no more than 5.
Yeah.
Because they'll vulnerability. And feel free to change that if none of them get that effect, but...
Yeah. I've added this in as a fucking header, I didn't mean to, there we go. Okay, yeah. No more than 5. And maybe there are some which have a different, like, ability. Perhaps. So I don't know, maybe there's something which, like an ability which they have. I'm thinking the poison globe throwers from Warhammer. So you don't just have the, Ratkin 1, Ratkin 2, Ratkin 3, like some different, maybe abilities.
You can make one of them, like in charge and, like a Ratkin veteran, I don't know, that
leads the group, yeah.
Yeah, that, because the veteran has cool stuff.
I'm looking on the... Is it a were-rat veteran?
No, I was just thinking skin a veteran as a were-rat.
Okay, yeah, okay. That could work. Let's search for veteran.
That's not what I was thinking. What was I thinking of then? The Volo's one. The new humanoid.
What was that called?
Warlord. That's what
Warlord, okay.
That might be too strong, but...
Let's see what the challenge rating is in this bad boy. Let's see, Warlord. Warlords are legendary battlefield commanders. They are challenge rating 12. Okay. Yeah, challenge rating 12 is a bit too high for these guys, plus. Veteran could be it. I mean, the seal challenge rating veteran is that. That might be more appropriate. It's a 3. Okay. Yeah, it's challenge rating 3.
It makes 2 melee attacks.
Yeah. In fact, I think all wearers make 2. I think they have multi-attack.
You're right.
Yeah. Shit. If you fail check, you get dragged back by the water. 1 or 2 might jump in the water, attempt to grapple. I like the idea that, yeah, they make a dex save. Dex save to jump out and grab the iron bars. How is challenge rating determined? Based on like how powerful a creature is, if that makes sense. Or do you mean how does one determine the appropriate challenge rating for a encounter? I mean, I just do it by fun, really. Okay, so we've got 5 Rakin that we want to have around. Get out of there. There we go. 5 Rakin. So maybe 4, not Rakin, fucking were-rats, there we go. 1 veteran. And
so this is what I was thinking of. I was thinking the stat block in any terms. I was thinking of the knight. He would have a lower armor class than in the stat block, because in the stat block he's wearing plate armor. But I was looking at the leadership. Yeah. The leadership that gives the D4 to allies. And the parry that makes them harder to hit.
I like that ability, yeah. For 1 minute a knight can utter a special command or warning whenever a non-hostile creature that can see within 30 feet makes an attack roll or saving throw. Creature can add up to a D4 to its roll to be provided they can hear and understand the knight. It's pretty cool. If he's incapacitated.
I don't know. That was what I was thinking of though.
Yeah. So maybe the veteran's got like a big weapon. Let's just bring in the stat blocks for were-rats whilst we're at this as well.
They have the hand crossbow, a short sword, and a bite.
Alright, let me bring... Let's just copy and paste the knight. There we go. Oh shit, that's way too big. That's way larger. Oh, that's far larger than I intended. Let's see if we can get this normal. Nope, it's weirdly formatted. Oh, brilliant. So we got 1 veteran. In fact, I can probably just take a snap. Take a snappy snap. Tomorrow is...
maybe I got it from a different website. Okay.
Oh, you got it? Okay. Yeah, tomorrow we're doing...
A little bit better.
1 p.m. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's much better. And then we should do one for the were-rats as well. But maybe, maybe we give a couple of them different just abilities and stuff like that. Or maybe not abilities, just different weapons that they use. We also need a name for this veteran as well. If he's going to be the guy that's in charge of this band of were-rats, what is his name? And let's name the other rats as well. Okay. Fantastic. Awesome. So we got 1 not veteran, 1 knight. Leader. Let's see. Scab. Nyak.
That's a good,
Scab is a good name.
He's coming from chat. Nice jobs, guys. Nice job.
Maybe with a K. Scab. Scab the were-rat lieutenant. Or like what would they call him? Like Warren leader or something like that. Den master. There we go. Or Warren master. Were-rat Warren master. Tetanus. Call one of them Tetanus. He really needs some help. So Snive or Snivel. Snivel's a good name. Sniveling little were-rat, yeah. I like that.
These are good, yeah.
Were-rats, we've got... Snivel. Worm, yeah. Tetanus. They straight up just call this guy Tetanus. He needs help, Tetanus. He really needs some medical attention. Okay, let's one more we need. Decaduous? I can I don't know how to say that word. Tiny.
And he's the big one.
He's the giant one. Yeah, he's like this huge hulking were-rat called Tiny. Okay, I like it. So we got Snivel, Worm, Tetanus, and Tiny. Okay, cool. So those are going to be the guys that ambush them. So I guess each of them has a different personality, and I can just make that up on the spot. But after defeating the were-rats, the party... I mean, maybe they could explore their warren. That they came out of a hole in the tunnel, in the ceiling. So maybe they've got like their warren up there.
If they can get up there.
If they can get up there, yeah. Can explore...
Or if they choose to.
Yeah, the hole from which the...
Shortcut.
Yeah, it could be a shortcut, yeah. Which the rats came from. It's... Yeah, it's a... I guess their warren's going to be just like filthy, right?
Yep.
A
Old
pit
food.
of filth... Not filth. With old food, bones, hay, straw, and feces lying around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's sort of like it's almost like an attic area of the ceiling. The stench from the sewers wafts up. And warms the dark den. Yeah.
Maybe here you find notes if they killed everybody, like
yeah.
regarding the slave.
Yeah, I'm thinking that there'll be like the shipments. There are barrels of spark sludge in here, and the warren I guess connects to other tunnels. Looks like it connects to a multitude of tunnels, perhaps all over Waterdeep. The shipments have the family crest of the Yimp family on them. Yeah, and then regarding like notes, perhaps on one of the shipments there's make sure you get this shipment to this place, signed anonymous evil person.
I like that.
You know where to find me. Sign it with like an O. Who could O be? Oscar Yinf? No! Maybe that's too obvious. A ledger of dates and places. Do you think were-rats would be like clever enough to like keep ledgers? Do you think they're quite intelligent?
Human.
Yeah. Like humanoid, yeah. So yeah, I guess they would, amongst the filth they find a ledger. Maybe the warren should be trapped. Rusty blades infected with tetanus set up by their trapper. Yeah, I guess they probably would trap their warren. I mean, they're rats. And I imagine that's the thing that rats would do, being conniving little bastards. Okay. Yeah, the warren is trapped with tetanus filled or covered. Not tentinous. Yeah, I agree. What's up, everyone? Yeah, maybe not the Yin family. Maybe the crest of the Yin family is too obvious next. Have come. Maybe they've come in from the docks, the dock district, and they can make that connection themselves if they, maybe that's what Hallwinter knows. Tetanus covered spike traps. Eek. Amongst the filth, they find a ledger which has. That's a good idea. Yeah, they find barrels with similar make to the Imp family at a later date. Yeah. Okay. Which has rudimentary. What's up, Pingux? Rudimentary dates and I don't know, names or locations on them. The thing of this as well is, bear in mind, all of this information is potentially not going to be picked up by the party. Because it is very optional that they all go up to this tunnel.
Yeah.
So it's a place where we could give information, but we don't necessarily want to give the only... I think the thing of this is, if they find this information here, then Duncan Hallwinter won't know it. If they don't find the information here, then Duncan Hallwinter will have that information. So either way, we'll give them the info. But they'll definitely feel much cleverer if they get it this way. Move you there. Okay, really there's locations on it. The main... I guess there's given like a... I don't know... a place in the docks where they ship this stuff in. Like a warehouse that they can break into. The main location for the shipments, which the were-rats use, is a warehouse in the docks district. Yeah, me too, Scorus. The trick is to make sure that they get the information they need, but make them feel like they're clever for exploring. Very much pick option A or option B. Both lead you to basically the same thing, but you'll feel clever if you pick one of them. He's this big choice before you. It makes a big difference. Like, fuck, what do I do, man? So, warehouse in the docks district. What do we call a warehouse? Like, warehouse 52 or something. I don't know.
Wow.
Shipyard.
Whatever.
Shipyard something or other. 1 second. My doorbell's ringing. Let me go get the door real quick, Phil. I'll let you take the wheel for a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I don't know. This is his baby. Shipyard. Yeah. I liked Warehouse 52 better, but I know that's a reference to something. Maybe it's like connected in some way, like ownership-wise, to a person of importance, or is it like off the beaten path? I don't know the answer. Okay. This is the plinth. This is the name of the family. The Yinth. That's right. The Yinth family. You think? All right, and then at the warehouse. Oh no, we're moving on.
I'm back. Area 52.
I didn't know about that.
Hang on a second.
Sort of didn't know. You left me with choosing a name, which is what I'm really bad at.
Yeah, no, me too. That's my. We'll call it. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So maybe it's a Yinth one. Okay. So yeah, that's an idea. So it's actually. Ooh, how about it's owned by the Yinth family, but it's not publicly out as the Yinth family, if that makes sense.
Right, so like a front, like Vermont is saying.
Yeah, I like that. Give me like a Rebel Suex shit. Who left Phil in charge?
Yeah, never a good idea.
Yeah, okay. What if it's owned by... I got it. Fawn Incorporated. So this is the family. Oh wait, no, I know. Grey Inc. So, there is one of the party members who is called Oliver Grey, who his father abandoned him. His father's a noble called Lord Grey, who's good friends with Oscar Yinth, and that's been established in the last episode. They're definitely like in on stuff together, but Oliver's totally looking for like reconciliation with his father / confronting his father with, why did you like just send me off to an adoption place?
Yikes.
Yeah. So they're connected. So I like the idea that, Grey's import-export. Okay. Yeah. Okay. They can search a place and burn to the ground or search it and leave no trace. Well, yeah. I mean that's an option for them, right? They can just fucking go for it if they burn this whole thing down. I could see that ending up happening. Okay, so let's call it Gray's Import Export. So it's linked back to our player character, so he's immediately got a ton of buy-in into this situation, because he's like, fuck, this is my family. And then the party are like, fuck, this is your family. Okay, which we're actually using Docks District. Okay, so we give them that lead. That is the Warren. We don't need too much else for that, but we can pick that up here in a second regarding that. So then we get to the prison itself. So
yes,
the sewer exit will pop them up conveniently somewhere within the prison complex. This game is going to be streamed tomorrow at 1 PM EDT, or 6 PM UK time. Welcome to Scorius, thanks for following, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, full schedule's there in chat. Phil's got you covered. Okay, so where is this going to pop them out into? I'm guessing, and this is just like a initial thought, would be somewhere like the latrines. Like the latrine section, like, because it makes sense that the sewage would run from the latrines, right? Because they'd have some kind of system going on there.
They'd pop up in the show.
Yeah. So, yeah, how about that? The prison, the sewer entrance. It's just like Johnny English 1. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but leads them up a ladder and into the latrine section of the prison. They are, oops, not prison. They are once again in deep shit, and I guess there's some kind of like, oh man, yeah, maybe they join in when it's not like bathroom break time, because I imagine there are like hours where that stuff happens, and then they have to go to like other areas of the prison, and must, I don't know, climb their way up to the I don't know, bathroom. What do you call it? How do they stop prisoners from going into the sewers? I don't know. I wanted to talk about maybe there's some kind of magical bond on the prisoners here that keeps them in check. Maybe there's just guards watching them. You know, maybe there's magical traps.
Yeah, and you wouldn't necessarily think to go out the sewers. I mean, that's a
maybe there's a magical barrier in place.
Story in itself.
Yeah. Let's kind of way up to the latrine rooms. Okay. A guardian creature rather than just guards. Interesting. Yeah, maybe there's some kind of monster. Just watch Shawshank Redemption. Luckily that wasn't about in in our fantasy game. Collars of Pain. Once again, going with collars. Maybe then there's a link to the collars with the were-rats and the prisoners that they can make in there. It's interesting. I had one best D&D sessions to play a long time yesterday. That's awesome, man. Fantastic. Those are the best sessions. Yice. Yinf imports consumables and exports, and they make the ice cream, and they put their drugs in the ice cream, which is churned into sewers by rats. Nailed it. It's just fantastic.
Yep.
This
been waiting for that.
GG, game over. It is an official prison. It is the prison is overseen by retired General Vinton, leader of the City Watch, of the corrupt, in brackets, City Watch. Simple bars to keep prisoners in. If it's locked, it gives some of the party members a chance to use their fees towards a lockpick. Yeah, maybe that's it, you know. Yeah, maybe when you go to latrines, you're in manacles, you're watched by guards, and there are bars just below like the latrine, sort of like wood, if that makes sense. Because there'll be like this panel of wood, and there'd be like a circle for like the seat, quote unquote, and then maybe below that there are bars, just in case anyone tries to break through the wood. We're living in a world where there's magic, so it's like possible that happens, right? and maybe they are drugged regularly, which prevents magic. Go full X-Men on it, and they're given like an injection or something like that, which stops them from using magic whilst they're within the prison. And maybe there are special areas for those who are magic users who are kept under like special control. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, all of us got thieves' tools. Prisoners have been brainwashed to believe that the world has been decimated by a deadly plague. Go, Cloverfields, whatever it is. 10 Cloverfield Lane on it. Be interesting. I think they know. Leader of Crap City Watch. Okay, so prisoners are manacled and watched by guards at all hours. Yeah, I like that idea. Magic users are given magic nullifying manacles, which prevent casting or concentrating. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I like that idea. So the
Oh, I would steal some of these manacles if I were.
Oh yeah, totally, and they'd be really useful actually for later on in the campaign. When you're when your fucking bard is being a nuisance, then you just like her give more room to layer ideas. What's that? Tell them bard by simple steel versus gold. Okay. There are iron bars which require breaking or picking in order to arrive in the latrine room. Maybe there's a... Okay, so go ahead, Phil.
I was asking if there was anybody there.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, maybe there's a guard at all times on the door. There's only one door out. They can, like, see the guard from the window, if there's a window in the door, or like a peephole, perhaps. Perhaps there's a guard who's currently, using the latrine. Or who walks in, to use the latrines as the party are coming in.
So, I mean, do you want the guards to be on alert? Do you want the characters to be captured, or...?
No, I'm thinking, like, perhaps they can use the uniform of the guard. Or perhaps use the keys of the guard somehow.
That's right. That makes sense, then, yeah.
Yeah. The other thing as well is that Six Fingers, the leader of the Thieves Guild, does have a contact. So it's possible their contact will meet them here and just give them something.
I like that. Yeah.
Perhaps this is the guard room. Yeah, maybe this is the guard room. So, yeah, the we need a name for a guard. Six Fingers' contact.
He's a guard.
Yeah.
He's a guard.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is a guard on the inside. And will, I don't know, hand the party a few essentials to making it out from here. Yeah, the guard is a contrace. Oh, the contact. Yeah, absolutely. To make it out from here. He, she, I don't know, do you want to throw some names for male, female guards, people that... Well, there was one earlier, wasn't there, from Four's Queen, Sasha or something like that, wasn't it?
Yes.
We can bring in...
Oh my...
Suddenly Sasha. Yeah, it's true, when I enter law. So maybe, like... Yeah, I like this being like a guard room, basically.
Okay. I can't find it.
Okay, yeah, I like that idea. So, what would the contact... maybe the contact won't want to reveal their name. I mean, they probably don't want to be known by the party. A woman in guard's uniform. Red hair. Or not. They could have the contact be with another guard, so players need to find a way to get the attention of contact without alerting the other. That's an interesting idea. Or maybe during their conversation with this guard, someone else comes in, you know, an actual guard, and they have to convince, persuade, knock out,
Awkward.
silence the guard who enters in. Yeah, will not reveal her identity to the party, but will. I don't know. What do they want to give them? We'll give them. I'm guessing like the keys to Hall Winter's cell.
Yes.
The location of the cell, so you know where to find it.
Does this guard want anything in return, or
yeah,
favor?
maybe there's a favor they can do for her.
Is there a thief that the Thieves Guild wants released as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. Or maybe there's someone that she wants silenced whilst they're here, that knows.
Ooh.
And or drugs. Drugs is another one. Maybe she wants spark, sludge, something to contraband in. Location of cell. And location of the cell. Yeah, maybe she's gonna blackmail them, you know? So if you don't get rid of this person for me, then I will tell everyone. So whilst we have a deal, I want more, you know, so they kind of, because Six Fingers says he didn't think that he could trust this contact. So maybe it's that, you know, she's kind of going to push it one step further and say, well, if you do want my help, then she just wants tickets to the theatre. Guys, I really want to go see the new...
Do you have the Hamilton tickets?
Yeah, do you have the Hamilton?
Do you?
Because I want them. Holy shit. Yeah, she will also try to extort... What's up, Jen? The PCs. And tell them that if they don't silence a certain, I don't know, prisoner,
or like, is it a thief who knows her identity and that's imprisoned, or is it like one of the higher up guards that she wants taken out?
Yeah, so we either go with it's a thief from the Thieves Guild who she doesn't tell them it's a Thieves Guild, then they kill them, then Six Fingers is pissed because it turns out they actually killed one of his guilds. Yeah. I like that. Certain prisoner, then she will alert the guard force. Yeah, the prisoner is in cell B, I don't know, B7, and Hall Winter is in, I don't know, something close, you know, B13 or something like that.
Yeah.
It won't be difficult to simply execute this prisoner.
You can make it look like an accident.
Yeah.
I'm just
yeah, and you know, blame it on Hall Winter after they break him out, you know.
But that will not like fly with
the party.
with
I'm
Six
gonna.
Fingers.
Yeah. You know, Six Fingers is gonna be pissed.
He's gonna know. Yeah.
So maybe they'd have to go into the more secure magic ward.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Maybe
I like that.
And maybe they've placed Hall Winter in there as well because he's a special case. You know, like they know that he knows too much, and so they place him in there like that ultra secret magic ward to make sure he doesn't say anything.
Is this an anti-magic field combat? Is that what I'm hearing?
Is this what's happening? Are we doing this? Yeah, it won't be difficult, and for the contact to blame it on Hall Winter or another prisoner. as she will tell them. Yeah, she'll be like, I'll blame another prisoner. Obviously, she's going to blame Hallwinter for it, because Hallwinter's going to be broken out. Because anything that he says is madness. Yeah, card kit is something that he gives to the player to plant and see as a scapegoat device. It's interesting. Like a plant. Like plant this knife on it after you've killed them, and it's obvious that it was this guy. Or do it in a certain way, which is obviously this gang's MO within the prison.
Or how much do they know about Six Fingers?
Not that much, really.
What if Six Fingers has like an MO or a card he uses at a scene, and he is framed by them?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like him being angry at them.
Yeah, they accidentally screw him. Of course, they might not do any of this. They might be like, no way, and then they end up trying to kill her. And I could see that happening.
Oh, that's right.
So,
things don't go as planned.
Yeah, that's right. Planning never works. Okay, on a prisoner tell after they break him out, she tells them to leave a calling card, which is the MO of one of the gangs around the prison. Yeah, what is the MO of Six Fingers, I guess? So this will be, you know, a lie. Definitely a lie. What is Six Fingers like calling card? That isn't, you don't want it to be too obvious to be like, you know, oh, he leaves 6 fingers on the floor, you know, like, come on.
I was thinking more like a ring.
A ring, yeah. Like a seal on it, maybe?
Or just like a golden... I don't know.
Maybe like
something
a figurine that he leaves.
Okay, yeah.
But then it'd be a bit odd that a gang could get a lot of figurines. Yeah.
Like if the ring was like on like in the dead person's mouth. I don't know. Just thinking morbid. Like,
ooh, yeah,
that's the MO of somebody who's named Six Fingers would have to do with your hand.
Yeah, okay, yeah. They are given a ring and told to leave it. He leaves
it's gonna
6
be like,
copies.
what?
Yeah.
We do what?
In the mouth of the prisoner. You know, he makes a 6 in the wall or floor, like Zorro. Yeah, it's just a little... I like it. Okay. And given a ring and total leavenness. So also whilst you're at it, do you mind killing this prisoner who I'm not going to tell you who it is? And leave a ring in their mouth and he killed Fangs. Okay, yeah.
If they do that first, maybe Hunter knows who that was. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's going to be in the magic cell. Yeah. Hallwinter. Well, if they don't want to do it, fuck them. She'll probably alert the guards, won't she? I imagine she's not kind of the person that will. It's not evil. It's pragmatism. Hallwinter is in the anti-magic wards, and there are, I don't know, like traps, which a magic user will have to. Yeah, maybe she lies about the prisoner and tells them a story about how they deserve it. Yeah, maybe maybe this guy's a big kind of murderer, all round kind of drop the soap kind of guy. I don't know. Have to ward against. Whilst in the cell, magic will be unavailable to the party. Yeah. she tells them a tale of tragedy about how this prisoner deserves a dropless soap kind of guy.
Whoa.
You know what I'm talking about, ladies. Fuck me. Okay, yeah. So then they gotta, if they refuse to do this, the contact, I imagine will begin to raise the alarm bell.
Maybe not at first. Maybe she gets them to inside the anti-magic zone first.
And then she springs a trap on them. That's a good idea.
Like, somehow she's monitoring it.
Yeah.
And if they choose not to, or if they make it known that they're not going to, she traps them in there and then ambushes them with a group of guards.
I like it. Le Contact will nod and leave, but will wait for the party.
Because that negates 3 people.
Fuck 'em. Within the magic ward, and sets a trap upon them to capture them. Yeah. I like it. So, obvious sneaking encounter ensues, in which they have to find their way into the magic ward. But what does the magic ward look like, I guess? Obviously it's got like an anti-magic field within it. It'd be cool if it actually leads to the party being imprisoned. Well, that's something we can think about as well. What happens if the party actually do end up getting jailed?
They fail epically.
Yeah. I mean, it's happened before, right? I have rolled many a terrible stealth check in my time.
Oh, you guys, we're going to go over that in just a minute, but you guys are going to be imprisoned. This entire next week is breaking out.
What? The fuck? Damn it. I didn't sign up for this. So, okay, so the magic wards, anti-magic fields, you guys send in sprinters, and it's true. Anti-magic fields, which stops casters from using their magic. It is protected by magical wards, which trigger when an active, I don't know, like a spell is cast on a door or something like that. So if there's like a door which leads into it, which is guarded with wards, and maybe they trigger if someone tries to cast a spell on it, and then that goes boom, and then once they're in the ward, no magic can be used whatsoever.
Or what if it's I don't want to do that, that's unfair. I was thinking if it's like, you can use magic if you are wearing certain armbands or something, so allow their magician, the guard magician, to still
I
cast.
like it, yeah. Maybe they've got like bracers or something which allow them to negate the anti-magic field or bypass it, yeah.
That's really complicated.
Yeah. I mean, we either go with no magic whatsoever, or we go if there's a possibility of doing it via the bands.
I think no magic whatsoever is fair.
I like it.
And I think this entire wing of the prison is just encompassed in one.
Yeah, I like it. You mean as soon as they enter?
Yeah, they feel it. They know it. Like,
yeah.
They know where they're going because this is high security.
Yeah.
But they think that they're fine, that they're not going to be engaged in any combat.
Okay, cool. Alright, sweet. Alright, well, we'll work some more on that. I'll work some more on that probably tonight. But we do want to kind of do a half and half here, so I'll write some of mine and I help Phil write some of his. So Phil, you're running Wayward Tides at the moment. Do you want to give us a kind of update as to some writing that we could do for that and whereabouts we are in a campaign and stuff?
Yeah, as I work on opening a new document.
Google Doc, yeah.
So last week, for those of you who missed it, they the party sort of got together. They were brought to a turtle dragon's lair, which is deep underwater. They went into the lair and met an aboleth, or came across an aboleth, rather, thanks to viewer decision, and just barely got away. Some of them were diseased quite perilously. The turtle dragon came back to his lair, though, ate the aboleth, and let him in. Described this quest, which they need to go on to protect the seas from pollution, which is spewing out of an old dwarven citadel on the island of Ruatheim. Now,
yeah, that aboleth was fun. Link me that Google Doc and I'll dive in there as well.
Just creating it right now. I have everything on paper usually.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, we had episode 1 last week, and so we're going to be running episode 2 for Wednesday's game, which Phil DMs for, and I'm playing. Obviously, I'll be trying to... fuck you, Salami. You see my tweet this morning? I'll be separating my out-of-character knowledge and in-character knowledge, of course. As I expect Jen in chat to, seeing as we're going to be running.
Yeah, if you're gonna watch this, there's gonna be spoilers, Jen.
There's gonna be spoilers, so spoilerinos.
So a couple things. Last week they did come across an intern of sorts, or a young man who wanted to help them on this quest. He was looking for work, and he ended up being a scion, a
real dick.
Sea scion. Yeah, an actual spy for a creature, and between his crossing them and the mutterings of the aboleth in their head, they learned of a creature, a being named Vestris, which is actually an Elithid who is in charge of the underwater community of Ascor.
Of course there are Elithids.
But right now they don't know that. Right now, they came across sea elves who are sort of neutral in this situation right now, and they arrived at the Dwarven Citadel, which is actually, I misspoke. I misnamed it. It's Rethgard. Ruatheim is the island, and there's the city of Ruatheim, but this is Rethgard. So they just walked up to the doors.
God.
However, it was not dwarves that they found inside.
Yeah, who are in the city?
It was fire giants.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so we have a city of fire giants. Fantastic.
Excellent. Let me get everything situated.
They make good stew, that is true. I have heard that they do make a fine broth. Fuck, man. It had to be.
Yeah, all the things going on. So, the fire giants. To give you quick backstory on what happened. The fire giants came and overtook the Dwarven Citadel, which is quite the accomplishment. And typically should not happen with the status quo. There are storm giants that protect the seas, and so they must have been aided by something. That will be one of the things that the players learn this session. But there's no telling what. It was sort of like the storm giants' boats were capsized in battle, and the Dwarven Citadel had spies within it that that made it really easy to overcome. But
Bastards.
As we begin, they've walked up to these gates, and a stupid fire giant guard, as some giants are, opened the gates to them. Of course, they will pretty quickly be overcome by fire giants. There's just a lot of them.
There's just a lot of guys around.
They boated past like an entire fleet parked outside of boats that were unmarked.
At the end of this, I have to say, I forgot the last 10 minutes because alcohol really, really hit me in the last 10 minutes, and I played at Anna following as well. But it was like the 1 year celebration that I've been doing this full time. So I was like, oh, I'll go have a drink. So I drank a half neat rum, and I was like, this is great. And then I got to the end, the last minutes, I was like, what are we doing? Like, my mind is really gone.
That's great.
So I remember everything that happened up until the last 10 minutes, and I remember people, like, there was a choice. So like, do we go to the dwarves, or would you go underwater? And I was like, let's fucking go to the dwarves. Like, yeah, let's just go for it. And then we got there, and I was like, where are we?
I remember that. I was like, are you okay?
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. So we're at the dwarven place. We think that it's dwarves, but a fire giant just opened the door. He's a dumb fire giant. We think that there are dwarves here, but clearly there are not.
Yes, and he's not alone. There were two of them at the door.
Okay.
And they will attempt to take you captive.
Okay.
If it's more than they can handle, it'll pretty quickly become like an assault of fire giants coming from down the halls. These are well guarded.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
The point being that you're captured and dropped into the dwarven prison, and that's what I'm working on creating right now.
Cool. So another prison episode. I like it.
Yeah, but rather than breaking in,
we're trying to break out.
I
like it. Okay. So what does Fire Giant Prison look like?
It's dwarven prison.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. What does dwarven prison led by fire giants look like? I guess.
I feel like it's deep in the mountain, deep undersea, in what would be part of their minds, maybe.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Connected in some way.
Oh, do they make people work in their mines still, or maybe they used to?
Yeah, This is they have mines here. The fire giants are utilizing them. They're not utilized by the dwarves. The dwarves just used it as a military outpost.
Gotcha. Gotcha. What are they digging for?
A particular mineral. I haven't come up with a name for it. But essentially, it's something that can only be found on islands in the Forgotten Realms. Which makes it dangerous to the surrounding sea life when it's processed and refined.
Okay. Well, Jack might be able to come up with a good name for a mineral. Something
that would be helpful.
Something which affects sea life badly. So maybe it's like a pollutant or something.
The prisons might be like a semi-study. It's that the fire giants are obsessed with military prowess.
Right.
And so they're using this particular mineral which can be imbued with magical properties, and it is unobtainium.
Unobtainium, of course. And welcome, Olafson. Thanks for following, buddy. Appreciate it. If you guys are enjoying the show, by the way, hit that button and join us. We've got a goal for 10 followers today, so you can make our dreams come true, my friends.
So I'm not sure whether you guys are all imprisoned together, or since there are only 3 or 4 of you on a given. Well, actually, it might be 5, huh? This time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We have a guest.
Is it this week? I think May 10th is when.
Was it next week?
Yeah, next week is when Kimmy's going to be joining us as a guest slot. But next week we have
So not the 3rd.
Anna joining us. So yeah, we have 4 players tomorrow.
4 players. Okay.
So I imagine that something that we might try and do is try to convince if this fire giant is kind of dumb, try and convince this guy that to like put us in the same cell, or try and pull the wool over his eyes somehow.
He thankfully is not in charge, but it was more of logistically. So you guys you'll put in the same cell if there are only 4 of you. It's not a problem.
Okay.
They're rather unimpressive. You are unfortunately stripped of your weapons.
Oh damn.
So I'm sorry to Jen, who I just gave a magical weapon to. You might have to go find it and recover it.
Wow. Okay. Fantastic. And thank you to Ender for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend, a gentleman and a scholar. Okay, I like that though. So we're stripped of our weapons. We are together in a cell. Are we manacled in any way?
No,
Okay.
it's just the cell.
So, I guess what does the cell look like?
Okay.
Poor Jenny. But I think geniuses either. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like they've got like a military intelligence, don't they? I mean, like they are organized at the very least. They're not like some of them are. I mean, like go far.
The guard that they put at the front is
yeah, the guy that they put on the front door.
Ship the weapons and prison together underground.
If it's dwarven, like someone mentioned, like really low ceilings, but that might be a thing. Like if it's built for dwarves, then maybe
there might be areas.
Yeah.
But I think their prison would not be
okay.
Not be particularly low. But actually, it would be low for the fire giants, definitely.
Right.
Like,
So yeah,
they're crouching the entire time.
I like that. Like I like stupid.
So it's low ceiling.
And so, I guess dank, pretty dank. Ceiling cell is low ceilinged, dank. Full stop.
And dark. So I don't know if you guys. Let me bring up your character sheet.
Some of us see in the dark.
But yeah, the half elf should be able to. Right?
Yeah. What's up, Sam? Yeah. So I guess question is why delay imprison the party?
It's just the reaction to
us knocking on the door.
Yes.
Are the party? I'm trying to step back from here, but are the party to be killed or are they to be held there indefinitely?
The indefinite.
Okay.
Indefinitely. This is just the knee-jerk reaction of the security
Gotcha.
forces. They don't want any interruptions. They're on specific orders.
Okay, and
you will meet some of them, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. So they've taken over the Dwarven Citadel. They see new party members come in. They're like, "What the fuck? We're gonna lock you guys up." They throw us into prison. They expect them to, never throw away the key, sort of thing, and never see them again. How does the Fire Giant plan kind of link into this Illithid and the campaign and that stuff? Is there a link there, or are they just a different faction?
So it's kind of tangential in that you learn this mystery very slowly. So you learn about the Fire Giants and the pollution that they create this session through this exploration of the prison and the mines. If you can get out. And depending on who you run into or how much we want to give away, you learn that they were aided in capturing this dwarven citadel.
Right.
So you don't know by who though. Only like the higher ups of the Fire Giants would know that.
Okay.
But yes, the Illithids want to expand their. Or the Illithid is working for in partnership with the Kraken. Yes, in servitude to the Kraken, which is the ultimate big bad. And so they have partnered with the greatest military force on the continent, being the Fire Giants.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Spoilers. Okay, yeah. So we're trapped in a cell, no weapons. How do you break out? Well, I mean, is things.
So we do have a party member with 20 strength.
Right. So like breaking out is both sheer strength as possible.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be. But I'm like, is it just the bars, that are able to be broken? Like,
maybe you can wrench them apart.
Straightforward.
Dwarven locksmithing is pretty good, right?
Pretty good, yeah.
So I'd imagine their craftsmanship is
more their craftsmanship. The craftsmanship is above par.
Yeah, so if you try and just break it apart, it could be very difficult. The lock is probably going to be difficult to pick as well, I'd imagine. on something like that. Yeah, it should be very sturdy.
So if you aren't able to, oh gosh, you know what we could do? Just because I love, I love this channel. We could have there be this sort of manic man who appears out of nowhere in the dark of the tunnel, traveling between worlds. That's a bit of a stretch, but point being, there's somebody out out in the darkness.
So someone else has already broken free and is going to help the party break free? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Afraid to angle a bush for following a gentleman and a scholar. I like that idea. Yeah, someone else is out there waiting in the darkness, looking to help to break the party free. It's Jan Ehrlich. The other thing is like, oi guard, come over here, bonk. Which I imagine is also going to be very difficult, seeing as it's fire giants who are the guards. It's not going to be as simple as this.
I don't think there are many guards. I think this is more environment until you get back up to the higher levels.
So they just chuck you down there, throw away the key, and wait for you to die, I guess. Oh, so they could be in prison with the guy. He has no idea how to get out, but he couldn't do it alone. So that's interesting.
Yes.
So there's someone who's been trapped down here for a while. Maybe he's gone mad and is close to dying.
And he's like, I'm sorry, I just want it to be that white-haired old man.
Crazy dude.
Into the Light.
From Into the Light.
And he's like, you can see me? How can you see me?
Do I have Mage Hand? I don't think we have too much in terms of spellcasting, right? What is Talora? I'm not sure what Anna's playing. I think Anna's playing a barbarian.
It doesn't. Oh, that's right. I don't know who.
Pretty sure Anna's playing a barbarian. Okay, so magic escape seems unlikely, but possible potentially. Lifting keys. If there are keys. Yeah, what about this old guy? Maybe he's gone kind of mad. He's almost dying because they haven't fed him anything, and he's got an idea of how to escape because he can use magic.
So you have to befriend him.
Yeah, that's the key.
And he'll show you a tunnel that leads deeper into it's like a long way out essentially. He's been digging his way out.
He's been Shawshanking it.
Sort of on the Aladdin-esque escape.
Scroll a mage hand along the way. That could be a way of doing it.
Oh, like
there's some kind of item around which has some magical property.
Absolutely. Oh man.
Yeah, he's just been Shawshanking it for the past 50 years. How are you alive?
An old dwarf can give you the history.
Yeah. I like that.
And the next cell over can maybe yes, so there's the dog with the keys. No. What's a creature that might be carrying the keys down here?
Yeah, if not a dog.
Because I like that.
Yeah. He can try to shank you, yeah. What if a curved bar of soap? What? So not a dog, but what? I guess it's either a creature that fire giants keep around or a creature which dwarves keep around. So I'm thinking if it's fire giants, and maybe keep a hellhound around or something like that. A hellhound. Fun Lily's on the same page as me. A golem's cool one.
I like that.
Dwarves would keep golems around, potentially, right? And maybe fire giants do too. Or maybe like a pixie or some kind of fire sprite. That could be.
I like the hellhound.
Yeah.
So how would you open the soul next door tells of the hellhound which carries.
Alright. Yeah. Cursed spoon has been helping him dig, but it's making him crazy.
Hey, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I was thinking the hellhound was trained to attack dwarves.
Okay. And so, yeah, so the hellhound is trained to attack dwarves, so he can't befriend it or get near it. But because it's like a hellhound of war, basically. But the party might be able to, because we don't have any dwarves in the party. I think a riding high for following the gentleman and the scholar. Appreciate it, my man. Yeah, I like that idea.
So is that like animal? I don't know how to spell.
Aminal handling.
Handling.
Lingham, yes.
Check to get the keys from it.
Yeah, yeah.
Or if like you can feed it something, or like be flexible with that.
Yeah, I think so.
Right outside the. So this old dwarf. Let's name the dwarf.
Yeah, what should we call this dwarf, guys? It's got to be a good.
He's going to be a source of information on the history of this place.
Yeah. Okay.
And on the like their.
They could feed the old dwarf to it. Oh shit!
Yikes!
Feed the crazy old dwarf. Two people are down for that idea in chat. They both thought of it.
That's not cool, guys. Like, this guy is innocent and...
I'm looking to feed a hellhound. I kind of, like, it's something that Elysium would probably consider.
Well, might happen. I'm gonna not plan for that, though. Take that on the cuff if it happens.
History, who needs history? Yeah, right.
So... Dwarf.
So maybe he's been down here since the takeover. You know, since the Fire Giants attacked, when the Fire Nation attacked, and everything changed. Maybe he's been around here since then.
So that's the name, Browlum.
Browlum. I like that name. Browlum. Browlum. Sounds like a good. When Billy Connolly says it, it sounds good. So that's a true test of a dwarven name. It introduces some problem. It only eats warm meat, so someone has to cut off a finger or something. Oh. It only eats dwarven flesh. Like, really, fuck this guy. It kind of makes sense that it would want to eat dwarf meat.
Well, he would definitely attack the dwarf,
right?
But I don't know if that's the only thing it eats. What are we saying? History could introduce some problem. Only eats warm meat. I like that.
Yeah.
The
flesh has to be warm.
And so the dwarf doesn't have. Maybe the dwarf is missing a couple of fingers, as he's tried this before.
He's tried in the past. You know, he's got a couple of stumps. So he's constantly doing rock and roll, man. I like it. What's up, Keith?
And thinks he can
Stumpy
guide them out.
Yeah, he knows an old tunnel, you know. An old mining tunnel shaft, perhaps.
Yeah.
What's up, Alonda?
So the prison stretches for a while.
Yeah, I imagine there might be some other obstacles to overcome as well.
Yeah. Because this place hasn't been dealt with in a while.
So maybe
I want to use the I want to use cranium rats because they are thematic. They are definitely
dude, cranium rats are dope.
Because they're the servants, they're the spies of Illithid.
Right. Perfect sense.
So they're here. They're all throughout this place. Stretches on and on. Maybe as you come to a conjunction.
Yeah, I like it. In fact, a shining taff the following: a gentleman and a scholar. So, what kind of... So the cranium rats are there as spies for the Illithids to make sure that the fire giants are, doing their job, maybe?
Yeah.
And they also happen to inhabit the lower areas of this place. And so, yeah, let me find a stat block on cranium rats to remind myself of exactly what they can do here as well. The rats of the cranium. They, like, whenever I think of these things, I don't know if you've ever seen the cartoon show Pinky and the Brain. But what are we gonna do tonight, Pinky Brain? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Let's see, cranium. Swarm of cranium rats as well is something you can do. This is a cranium rat, for those of you in chat. Mind flayers create cranium rats by bombarding normal rats of psionic energy. They're evil collectives. Telepathic vermin, spies for the elder brain. They have illumination because their brains like actually light up the fucking sky. And their challenge rating 0, but in swarms I think they're more aggressive. Yeah, 2 HP.
Yeah, so we'll use a swarm, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Cranium. That's CR3, so adding a CR4 creature wouldn't be bad to add to the combat, right?
Yeah, true.
Because this is what I want to use.
I just brought PHP and DM's guide. Nice, awesome, Bacon.
Wait, no, this isn't right.
Alright.
I want the Slithering tracker from Volo's guide.
No. No, you don't. You don't want that.
Yeah, I do.
Let me see if I can.
I can't find it. But I have the stat block. But essentially, so you're headed down one direction in the tunnel. He's like, it's just further on this way.
Sure. It's just down here.
Yeah, it shouldn't be more than a few hundred feet, and you start hearing the
little skittering of claws.
Skittering.
Ooh, yeah.
Towards
scary. Man, these guys are psionic spellcasters. What the fuck?
Yeah, they. I mean, it's only Mind Blast. There's only the one.
They do
one thing they can do. Right?
Storm's innate spellcasting ability is intelligent, spell save DC 13, at will, command, comprehend languages, detect thoughts. Once per day they can cast confusion and dominate monster.
Wait,
I'm on Swarm of Cranium rats here, buddy.
I can't see it.
We'd link you on the companion?
Yeah.
I got a...
Please.
I'll link for you there.
I might have been looking at some homebrew.
That's possible. Cranium rats themselves don't have any abilities, but it looks like cranium rat swarms can fucking go off.
I don't have the... Oh, do I need to sign in? Is that all?
Oh, it might be because you don't have Volo's guide on Roll20.
I can't.
Yeah. I can copy the information out if you want it into like Google Doc.
You know what? Do you mind if I run downstairs and grab my bolos?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so yeah, these guys are swarms as well. They have telepathic shroud, is immune to any effect that would sense its emotions or read its thoughts, as well as to all divination spells. It's +5 to hit and does 4d6 piercing damage. Man, swarms do so much fucking damage. If the swarm has half its hit points or lower, it does 2d6 like most swarms do. So challenge rating 5. Oh, so I think Phil must have been looking at homebrew, because this is CR5. They're beasts, lawful evil. There we go. Fuck, these guys are actually pretty damn good, man. Telepathic vermin. The swarm of cranium rats communicate telepathically, speak as one creature, often referring to itself using the collective pronouns we and us. Kinda creepy. Man, we're gonna get screwed. They're spies for the older brain. Mega brain rat swarm. Enough rats to look like black flowing water when they run together. Sweet. Yeah, these are CR5 on the compendium I've got here, Phil.
Okay, well that's perfect, right?
Yeah,
I mean...
that is, yeah. Yeah, that works. I mean, We're level 5, so can't say fairer than CR5. Let me go.
I think it's actually too strong for a party of 3, but
I mean, it's pretty. They do a lot of damage. 4d6 on a hit, and then 2d6 if they're below half hit points. It depends. Like it depends if there's going to be like a straight up confrontation, or if it's going to be one of those things where you have to escape the swarm, and that's like the challenge.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, right.
Monster.
Dominate monster and command once a day. It's pretty cool.
Wait, can they speak? No, it's telepathy.
Telepathy, yeah. So maybe you sense them coming. The party can sense them coming.
You hear them. You definitely hear them coming.
Yeah.
And you see the tunnel up to that you're supposed to reach.
Right.
Up to your left or right above you.
I like it. Fate a surreal T for following. Welcome in, my friend. Yeah, so what if it's because these guys are pretty damn strong. If we stay and fight, it's possible, but there's only 4 of us. You require cheese. Bring us cheese. And then maybe it's possible that we try and like escape from the swarm rather than staying to fight the thing and try and get up this entrance tunnel, and then they follow us. Could be a cool chase scene. I like chase scenes. It could be pretty horrific with these brain rats following you through the darkness, illuminating wherever you go, clinging onto you.
Oh, that's right, huh? Cool.
I like it.
Beyond how far out is the tunnel to the mines? Off to the left. Beyond which,
okay,
a small, a low light, illuminates the ground.
Is it going to be like a tunnel leading upwards, or is it leading kind of forwards? Do you think?
It's gonna like go off to the side and up.
Okay. I'm going to leave you in charge for 2 seconds again, Phil.
Alright, so we are... Great. No, I'm just kidding. We going to give them the opportunity to avoid the swarm of cranium rats. That is a pretty strong swarm. Resistance to, like, everything. And so the group can avoid the oncoming swarm of cranium rats by using their full movement and making a dexterity saving throw. Otherwise, if they fail, the rats are going to sort of overcome them and occupy the same space as the person in the front that fails. So you have the opportunity to escape it, and they'll enters their spell casting, so that's high. They're smart.
Yeah, these things are pretty clever. Unlike the party. I love the idea of being able to...
You know how to run away.
Yeah, quickly run away. Thank you, Joe, for following. Welcome in, my man. Appreciate that.
Alright.
Fantastic.
Yeah, these guys are smart. So they know, and they're being told to follow you. They chase you.
That makes sense. They're gonna chase us through the tunnels. And that's gonna go well for us.
Oh yeah.
Where does the tunnel lead out to? Do you think
it leads to the mines?
Of Moria.
So I'm not sure how that transition works.
Maybe there's a jump, just to screw us some more.
Not yet.
Yeah, my food is downloaded. The floor is carpeted with squealing snails. Crunch, crunch. Ooh.
I mean, I could make it like the rivers in the Underdark.
Ooh, yeah.
Do you know how they move really fast and they're occupied by really dangerous?
Yeah. I ran out of the abyss, and what they called they're basically piranhas, and I forgot the name of them.
I'm just reading this.
Will there be minecarts? Oh my god, minecart! Indiana Jones minecart, Lego minecart adventure.
Okay, yeah. So let's do it.
Alright, I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
So they'll come to the edge of a not a cliff, but the edge of a tunnel which hangs over. Right. They come to the edge of a tunnel which hangs over not a river, but a river of water that flows through the underground of the island.
I love this idea. I'm so on board with the idea of Dwarven Minecart Adventure.
So you'll have the opportunity to jump into the water or into the minecart, which is on the side of the water.
What if the minecart? What if the tracks end and you fly into water? I might be going to Indiana Jones. Yeah, I like the idea of having that choice, like that choice of trail.
Swarm chases.
Yeah. And you could choose between like the water track and swimming or the minecart. I'm definitely gonna pick minecart.
You don't know what's in the water. Nothing's in the water.
There might be something in the minecart. There's got to be hazards along the minecart rail, right? Like having to duck under huge pieces of wood, like having to change pull a lever to make sure that you change onto the right track.
Before we get there, though, on the the coast? No, the shore of the river, just below the cliff. On rail.
There has to be a tentacled thing in the water. I agree. Couldn't agree more.
Minecart on rails. The party has the choice.
Follow our grog. The minecart isn't it mimics trying to eat them? Ah.
Who said
you
that?
Are evil.
Yeah. Wow.
That is cold, and I love it.
So the dwarf, if the dwarf is still with you,
he might know the way.
He'll say into the cart. Yeah.
Yeah, he might know the dangers of the water.
You will shout into the cart. Acrobatics.
Yeah.
Check.
What are those creatures called that are living in the water? Let me find them.
Yeah, I don't have my book right next to me.
I will go find them. They're a swarm of something.
Sometimes, yeah. But the drow, they hunt them.
Yeah.
As game. Oh, I'm enjoying my time in the Forgotten Realms novels right now.
Quippers.
Yes.
That's the one. Yeah. Quippers are CR1, they bite and they blood frenzy, so they have advantage on melee attack rolls against any creature that's been wounded at all. So they're like piranhas, basically, just go mad on them.
Out of the frying pan into the fire.
Right.
Alright, Alright, so you jump into the what do you call it? The cart, which is on the trail. Which means you avoid the danger in the water. It's assuming you make it. Otherwise, it'll just be falling damage.
Yeah, that'd be painful.
Yeah, because it's going to be like 30 to 50 feet high. How high is that? Let's do 50 feet.
Is it a D10 for 10 feet of damage? Sorry, 10 feet
It's
fallen after 10 feet?
1d6 each, yeah.
Okay.
Right, yeah. Yeah, 3d6.
Yeah, that'll add up.
30 feet. So it's essentially you're jumping off of a 1 to 2 story building.
We're pirates, it's okay.
Yeah. So this is sort of an opening. The river. Who else do I want you to meet? I want you to come into Fire Giants at some point. So the mine will open up at some point back into the main floors of the Citadel. At which point you'll begin to like hide. You'll have to start hiding.
Because scary fire giants are all around.
Yeah. At which point it's kind of really choose your own. And I just need to come up with NPCs. Before we get there, into the cart.
So the plan is for us to escape. And
well, actually, you know what? Because I want you to learn of the pollution, which means the water. This is sort of not the exhaust, but the where the muck is going. So the water is dirty. Where would I put that? The river is.
Managed to go a single giant octopus the other day by walking over a crossbeam to the empty loot chest when the octopus started attacking the crossbeam and impaled itself. Talk about a nat one, man. Feels bad, man.
So as the cart rolls along the river, party uses the magically automated mining.
Yeah, I like that.
Tools at work. A completely uninhabited refinery that's just magically put to work. What do you think?
So what does it do? Automated mining tools. So it just like, oh, well, I kind of like that idea. Maybe it's like a machine that they set to work.
Yeah.
Or like an animated thing which is working just on loop almost, like a golem or something.
That's better. Magically animated. Mining tools at work. And carts carrying loads of dark mineral toward the surface. Right, because you'd just be going uphill essentially.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so we need to recognize the river is polluted up here. The river is dark with pollution. The color of the ceiling and walls. All right. There's the slithering tracker. Yep.
Is this the thing that's been polluting the water then?
No, this is just the creature that's hiding in the water if you get into it. Yeah. I'll worry about that later, I guess.
I can look up the stats if you want.
Yeah, it's easier than...
Slithering tracker is... Only mackerel I think looks horrifying. What the fuck is that?
Oh, it's gross, yeah.
That is a challenge rating 3 creature. Damn. But it looks scary. Wow,
Yeah,
it's got a lot of traits.
Yeah, but it's the watery stealth, so it would be appropriate for... It's gross. It's bad. It's much stronger than a CR3. It'd be appropriate for an entire party if somebody jumped into the water.
Yeah, I'm looking at the amount of traits this thing has. Like, what the fuck? And life leech. 3d10 necrotic damage on a grappled target. Fuck me.
I mean, it's only a DC 13 to escape, but
yeah, but then you're fucked.
Yeah, I guess you are. Anyways, that'll be what's in the water.
I like it. Let me just grab a quick drink, then I'll be all set for today's stream. I have to move again. I realize halfway through this.
Quick drink.
So
By the end of the stream, he'll be like, "Wait, what happened?"
Hey, yeah,
I'm
alright.
just giving you.
We'll have a glass of rum and coke. We'll not go neat this time. The problem is last time I drank half a glass and it was just straight rum. It'll be 2 seconds.
All right. So the cart's rolling along. This is assuming you didn't run into the slithering tracker, which is in the water. And what do we have to come against? Those bat ones, not the slithering trackers, but not shadows. Gosh, monster manual. So I'm thinking of these dark creatures that sort of fly through the air and then attach themselves to somebody. I mean, I'm thinking those inhabit the mines. And if somebody remembers what they're called, because I'm just going to go through this real fast.
What are we on now?
I'm just if you don't hit the slithering tracker, what's
then
in the
something else? Yeah, a sturge. I like. I haven't seen sturges in ages. Since fourth, I don't think I've seen a sturge. Al-Hadia, I like that idea. See, Kiko said did it in fourth.
Yeah. Would that make sense? Yeah.
They live in caverns, I believe, and there's usually like flocks of them. Let me see, sturge. Make sure there's some static.
I thought about because you can get these with conjure animals. And so, like for an evil druid, this is what they conjure.
I like it. Yeah, they're challenge rating 1-8 sturges, so. But they can fly and blood drain.
It wasn't what I was thinking.
However. No, they're probably a bit too low level actually for level 5 party. But then again, you know, it depends. Do you want like? So here's the thing: you've got 2 routes. You've got the minecart and you've got the water. The water is currently hard. Quite a difficult encounter, I'd say. The minecart is perhaps easier. Do you want the minecart to be the easier option? In which case, yeah, maybe like swarm of sturges. I don't know. Or another creature, or do you want them to be all like on a level? In which case, we should find a creature about as scary as a thingy.
I think it should be similar.
Swarm everything.
You know, I know what I'm thinking of. I just can't remember the name of the creature, so we can move on.
Okay.
So you may or may not be assaulted by an unworldly creature.
Okay.
As you progress the carts, and
what about like a
deep
moving
sign?
Along. Oh no, we ran into that last week. I forgot that was.
We used one of those, yeah.
I'm just looking at monsters by challenge ring.
And we've already hit the spies for the Elith in this.
What about flail snail? Have you considered the flail snail?
No, I haven't.
Perhaps the greatest creature in existence. Challenge rating 3. A flail snail is a creature of elemental earth that is prized for its multi-hued shell. Hunters might be lulled into a false sense of confidence upon sighting this ponderous, seemingly non-hostile creature. But it has flails. and it's a snail.
Done. I'm so done.
It's real. It's Volo's guide, man.
Alright. So into the cart. You guys get in the cart. You roll along. You see how murky the water is. And you head towards the surface. Heading towards the surface, you are, as you try and make your way out of this larger cavern into the tunnels, you might get assaulted by something. Maybe a viewer decision happens here, maybe not.
Okay.
And maybe it's another what happens in the next tunnel ahead. Maybe that doesn't happen at all. However, we're now looking at dangers in the tunnel, because you're right. We're witnessing these magical animated mining tools.
Okay.
Loading up carts. So we have time that's happening. Like, you're witnessing this, and you're maybe trying to discern what's going on.
Yeah.
And then you can choose to follow the carts, or the dwarf is like, no, like, we're trying to get out of here.
Yeah.
We're not trying to investigate any of this.
Yeah, I like that branch.
So either heading up towards the surface or just on the same level towards the refinery.
Yeah, that's a good question from Pac-Man. Are we going to get our items and equipment back? Where do we find that? You know, does the dwarf
that would
know?
be on the main. That would be on the main level.
Okay.
The dwarf would like. Yeah, the dwarf has something magical too. Definitely. Which may or may not fall into your possession.
Yeah.
But in any case, this is a disagreement between you and the dwarf. So that is.
Yeah, I believe they're just called chokers.
If the party is interested in following the loaded mine carts toward the refinery, they may. However, Growlum encourages a quick escape.
Yeah.
And taking the route.
I can see a lot of party members wanting to just get out of here at this point.
Yeah.
Seeing as we've been...
you guys... you were paid up front for this, so that's sort of... on your honor is what I'm telling you.
And we're pirates.
What a great call.
That's a dark mantle is what they were called, not chokers, yeah. Sorry, go ahead. We were trying to think of the creatures that like lay on ceilings, and they're basically what's the creature that killed Steve Owen? Those things, but live on ceilings. The challenge rating half. I was just trying to think of one. You don't have to bring them in here, but they're pretty cool.
Okay.
Brown encourages quick.
Probably not.
Manta ray, thank you. There we go. I know creatures. What's up, Gargamon? How's it going, buddy?
Alright. So if you choose to go to the refinery, I'll deal with that. But if we head towards the surface...
Yeah. Thanks, Gargamon. Appreciate it, man.
Heading towards the surface... you begin to see signs of recent activity. And if you choose to stealth, you can.
Okay.
The dwarf says he knows where, because he used to inhabit this place. He knows where the armory is. Is that where they would keep your stuff?
Yeah, they'd keep stuff in an armory, right? They might have requisitioned our equipment. So requisitioned? Whatever that word is I'm trying to say. I can't say words today.
Right.
They might have taken it. Yeah, it could be it. See you later, Josh. Thanks, buddy.
The dwarf...
How you doing, Gargamon? We're on an adventure right now.
Insists the party recovers his warhammer
appropriated. Good word.
Armor. His warhammer and equipment before.
Maybe it's a magic item. The war.
Yeah, I mean, the equipment. That's generic. I was thinking Amulet of Health, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'll figure that out. So
Yeah, no worries. I like it. But obviously that's going to be in the armory, which I imagine is going to be pretty well protected by fire giants.
Yes, and this is where you fight without weapons.
Yeah.
Maybe there's somewhere you find something in the dungeon.
We've got to be able to find like some improvised weapons or something, right? You know, like or maybe there's some like dead adventurers who we can loot around. Maybe there's equipment in the mine shaft that we could use, like pickaxes, that sort of stuff that you can just pick up and use. We're also armorless as well, right? Are we still armored?
What were you guys wearing as armor?
I believe I'm wearing leathers.
Leather would not be worried about.
Okay.
Only like heavy armor would be taken.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, pickaxe.
I don't think any of you.
Drunken fire giant's drinking his booze.
See, the thing is, a fire giant is a CR9. So
okay, so what about some kind of like environmental, I don't know, like trap? What about the water from before? If we could unleash the water on them somehow, and that's how we managed to break into the armory, because we just die if we run in there, right?
Yeah. If fire giants are what's starting it,
yeah.
Maybe there's like an older fire giant, and
they make him look after the armory. Maybe he's like a blacksmith. I don't know. Or maybe they have hellhounds guarding the armory.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining that you'd, as a very military race of people, that you'd probably keep the armory quite well protected.
Well, this is not a military base for them.
True.
They rely on the ships right now. It's justifiable that this particular area is not completely well guarded.
Yeah, I mean, you want to balance it for the party anyway, so that makes perfect sense. If you wanted to, jam it in the favor of the party a little bit, I guess. His warrior moves.
All right, let's look at hellhounds real fast.
An outpost, yeah. If only you could throw a well-blazed torch. Yeah.
So there'll be an old fire giant and a couple of hellhounds.
All right, yeah.
And maybe you guys can talk your way out of this. We'll see what happens.
Intimidate the old guy, maybe throw the dwarf to the hellhounds. Those kind of options, like. Never mind Brallum, give it to the hellhounds. Let's just fucking run for it.
Yeah, these hellhounds are gonna be trained to definitely attack dwarves.
Yeah.
So it'll be hard to sneak up on them because the dwarven scent.
Maybe they focus on him, yeah. Okay.
Armory. Yes, there's that. And I can make him however strong I want.
Finnegan returns. I can make him however strong I want to.
Alright.
The return.
So that combat will be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll get your stuff, and maybe. So most of it will be giant-sized inside the armor, so there won't be much. But maybe there's dwarven artifacts or something hidden in there if you guys if you look hard.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Some magic items, some. So at this point we've learned about the history of the fire giants. Do we suspect their connection to the Illithids with the cranium rats? I'm guessing.
No, that you. Don't know that. I mean, I can allow like a Arcana check or something for these weird rats, but that's a stretch that you would know that about Illithid.
Okay. So you're keeping that. Okay, you're keeping that a secret.
That's just. I mean, a swarm of rats would be fitting for a dungeon.
That makes sense. Yeah. Hey, and thank you so much to Down Below, Otaku for subscribing, that Twitch Prime, a gentleman and a scholar. Let's throw some drinks and chat for Down Low,
Welcome,
buddy. Thank you. There we go. The Arcan Stone. I like it.
Definitely. Huge gem. To the armory, so hellhounds and old fire giant.
Yeah, this one old
Blacksmith.
Old geezer they keep around.
Guards the armory, which is relatively
Okay, Sydney just woke up. Sydney just woke up, came in the room, took pineapple, and walked out again.
Heyday under Dwarven Citadel.
Enjoy.
Occupation.
No shit token.
Alright, so combat
ensues. Roll initiative.
So note the Hellhounds.
Check your armor class and enter into battle.
Unless otherwise provoked.
Player 2 has entered the game.
What are you doing?
Oh, thanks for subscribing. Andrew Twitch Prime? Yeah! Don't know how that happened. Good job, Twitch.
Tiggity. This is for my wedding. And
yeah, Phil's running away with tides on Wednesdays.
Hellhounds will focus Brawlin unless otherwise provoked, and so after you finish that combat, searching the armory yields little unless
double jeopardy down low. I like it.
Their own armor.
Yeah, we gotta grab our own shit, I guess.
The Bralum offers a magic item as thanks.
So, like, where is our ship in all of this?
The ship, I don't know. Would they have done something to your ship? That's a really good question.
It might be under attack as we join back and we were able to sail away. Maybe there are ships in the harbour that the fire giants have that we have to commandeer.
Commandeering a fire giant ship is beyond your capacity as a pirate.
Yeah.
That said, I want to get to something because the daughter of the fire giant Jarl, who is in charge, is against this, and she is this second in command to
I dig it.
to to the person here. So I want to encounter her. She will help you with your escape.
Hey, Rice Ball, what's up, buddy? Okay, I like
she
that.
Doesn't. She isn't aware of your. You know what?
What if she runs the armory?
No, she. Because there's this idea that there has been a foretold opposition to the Kraken uprising.
Right.
And you are that opposition, and so any diviner worth their salt, would be able to perceive your arrival. So as you exit the armory,
it's been divined. Yeah, I like it.
Exiting the armory, you are confronted.
This is technically not our beginner adventure, actually. We just started writing this a little while ago.
Sorry, yeah, right, sorry. Actually, the face of the holder in its lair.
I'll change it to pirate adventure, seeing as we're on for the next one.
Yeah, for the next half hour. I'm sorry. Exiting the armor, you are confronted by a trio of fire giants approaching.
Okay.
They seem to have heard the commotion.
Welcome in, Lacey May. Thank you for following. Appreciate that.
The foremost one is a female in military regalia. Is regalia the right word? Is that a word?
Yes, regalia is a term for, or regalia, I guess is probably how I'd say it. There's a city in one of my games called Regalia, which is it's like regal stuff, basically.
It's that's the fashion capital, right?
Mm-hmm.
Military regalia. And yeah, non-combat encounter ensues.
Use your words, not your fists.
Unless party is stupid. No, I'm sure. Female. So Bralum will be hostile.
Right. So okay, yeah, that's frozen in Monkey Wrench. Yeah. So Bralum like hates fire giants, right? Because he's kind of racist now.
They killed all of his family and associates, and yeah.
My associates were killed, and my family.
But the what's her name? Can I have help?
We need a
with the name?
female fire giant name.
Yeah.
All right.
Fire giant name.
Chat name generator, go. Female fire giant name is what we need. That's what we need. Something hot and spicy. I don't even know what fire giant names are. Let me find a fire giant name. Giant names, okay. I always use fantasy name generator for pretty much everything.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Fire, go now.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, there's a link.
Cinnamon,
here.
get out, Tex.
Cinnamon.
I don't want you. You're terrible.
My name's Cinnamon.
Sydney, yeah, come on the on Wednesday, and you can play the fire giant.
Mm-hmm. What's female's name from Avadar Princess? I don't know.
I like Zastrid.
Zastrid. My name's Zastrid. Nixia. Caliente. Caliente. That sounds quite Italian, doesn't it, for a fire giant? Caliente. Mozzarella. That's how Italian people speak, right?
Zastrid is a wonderful name for a female fire giant. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Alright.
But Zastrid
we'll calm them. We'll try and
reveals her
Can she do like command maybe? I don't know.
I'm not sure what kind of a fire. Maybe she's just a regular fire giant. Maybe she's a different kind of fire giant.
Maybe like she's the diviner, perhaps. And that's why that's why she's seen this coming, and why she doesn't go at the fire giants, because she's heard of this uprising against the Kraken. And I don't know.
She is friendly and wishes to aid their state.
Oh, yeah, it's Spanish. Basically the same thing as Italian.
And so she's risking her entire her standing in the ordning for
yeah. The Oracle, yes. So actually 12 are going with Sydney because I don't get it. I don't know, man. This is Phil's game. I can't control him. He's out of control right now.
Whoa! What am I doing?
What am I doing? You haven't called the fire giant Sydney, but it's fine. She won't hold it against you.
No, I thought you wanted to play the fire giant, not
be the fire giant.
Yeah, sorry. I got confused. What can I say?
No one expects a Spanish fire giant Inquisition.
Nope. All right, so let's get out of this the Citadel next 20 minutes.
Back to the ship, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about. Because they would have requisitioned, I think is the correct word, your ship.
So maybe it's in the docks. Maybe she can, I don't know, excuse me, Dockmaster, this is my ship, get out of the way, and then we'll dive on it.
She definitely has her own ship.
Okay.
That would she leave?
Maybe she just let us leave on her ship.
You guys don't get it.
Yes, we
like
do.
3 or 4 people, and this is a fire giant ship.
Yeah, it's a fire giant ship called
Giant.
Sydney, and
The ship can be called Sydney. That's weird, but okay. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. Maybe our ship is in there, and she helps us get to our ship.
Okay.
Maybe that's how she does it. You know, she'll convince the folks to get out of the way. I need this ship, and then she doesn't get on it, and we get on it. Name it.
You know what? She
Sorry,
she
got
can
me.
accompany you. This is like the second third of our third third of the adventure.
Right.
So she can accompany you, and then on the 10th, unless she has another character she'd like to play, our guest can play.
Yeah. Okay.
This fire giant, Zestrid.
I like it.
So
that's an interesting idea. So, like, she comes along with us. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So she's been on the way to the docks, or right out, like as you're leaving, a ship is approaching. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So the Jarl will be arriving.
Okay.
And,
I like it.
She is confronted by the dock master, who she has to kill.
Savage.
Yeah, and then her father's ship begins to turn, but he stops because she's on it. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
What?
Say what? The fire giant
Does she
can
give-
party. That's interesting.
Does she give you anything, and how much does she know?
She must know about this, like, Krakeny thing, right?
No, see, people might be aware of the association between the Illithid
Okay, so maybe she knows about the Illithid then.
and the fire giants, but
Yeah, because we've made a connection with the Illithid, so maybe... I don't know, maybe there's, like, this prophecy that you're talking about, this that she's divined, which is, that there will be an uprising against the Illithid and its dark masters. So maybe there's, like, a bit of foreshadowing. Like, she doesn't know what it is, but maybe she knows that Illithids are controlled by something else or worship something else.
yeah.
Or maybe she just knows it's an Illithid, and maybe knows its name, or location, or intent. We're like underwater Faerun, Rice Ball.
Yeah. Right now we're on this island called Rothheim. We're right off the coast of the island, at Rethgard, which is the Dwarven Citadel, or was the Dwarven Citadel.
Okay. Okay. Rethgard, yeah, the ancient Dwarven naval base. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what else she knows.
So I think she knows about the Illithid, and that the Illithid is garnering power, and perhaps the next step, whether we get to it this week or next, is to sort of solidify who is with you and who is against you, and gather your allies.
Yeah, because we don't have too much of an idea of that just yet.
So, spoilers: the barbarian peoples of Rothheim are against the fire giants, but they
were
giants. No. Oh, sorry.
No, not at all.
So that is one of your allies. The sea elves will have to be convinced.
Sea turtles. Yeah. Okay.
Of your intentions, the purity of your intentions and your strength.
Yeah.
And then the people of Ascor, they don't know about this threat that.
Okay.
There are rumors, but they don't know, and they don't have a side yet.
Okay. All these people must hear about these like ancient threats all the time, There's an ancient threat come to us, you know.
And there's the Order of the Kraken, that cult.
Kraken Society, yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing, and people know about it, but it's sort of like, oh yeah, there's like a couple assassins that do what they want and claim that it's the Kraken that told them to.
Gotcha.
That's neither here nor there. We're escaping, and I'm gonna write this out.
So we have to escape on the ship.
Astrid leads them to the docks.
And then the next location is the underwater city, right?
That depends.
Okay.
Like I said, she knows that the Illithid is like extremely strong, and that in your current state you could not overthrow them.
Yeah. Okay.
But that there are possible allies. Yes, you guys will level up after this.
Okay. Cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's like Voldemort in that regard, Tex.
Who's
Okay.
like Voldemort? What did that mean?
Gareth. Oh my god, there's someone dying outside.
But the parties is nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be seen.
So a large fire giant ship approaches
with fucking terrifying Dr. Mr. Jarl on it.
Yes.
He's totally got to be a badass, right?
The Jarl, yes. Jarl standing. What's the front of the ship called?
The prow.
On its
Nailed
prow.
I know ship things.
And a small platoon of fire giants approach the docks from shore, from the ramparts of Breathguard.
Yeah, I like this. And then we've got like,
you guys sort of, you're sort of rushed to get onto her ship.
Onto a ship, right? Under time pressure for sure.
Zestrid, you to board her own vessel. And
is it the bow or is it the prow? Let me see.
She holds off.
The prow is the front. The bow is something else.
So she's gonna start casting at them, at the oncoming soldiers, as you guys sort of board the ship and
show off her power.
Yeah.
I like that. Then the party know that she's fucking scary.
Yeah.
What are we using to do this? Google Documents is what we're using.
Real high tech.
The power of Google Docs has been summoned by us today. Yeah, it's incredible science.
As the party disengages.
Oh yeah, 5th edition D&D. Advanced tech, I know, PogChamp. How the fuck is he using that program? Can I get a Google Docs tutorial up in here, please? Or to desist, I guess, or...
Yeah.
Stand down! Man down! I dig it.
Jarl feels a pang of love for his daughter.
Oh.
Emotions.
Even though she's like casting magic at his friends, killing his soldiers.
Well, she's trained to be like, she showed natural magical ability.
Gotcha.
So rarely fire giants are trained as magicians, and so he knows that she's a powerful magician.
Yeah,
but
right. But maybe he doesn't know the extent.
She turned on his forces, and he just doesn't want to kill her because he's emotional. Yeah.
While the party becomes hesitant on hopping aboard the escape ship, might put some troubleshooting. I guess we find another way out somehow. Swim.
Party becomes hesitant. That's a good idea, Iceball.
Knowing our party, I think we'll get the fuck out of here, but it's possible that for some reason we want to stay. And I guess... you can improve that.
Dwarf is with you.
Yeah, Bralum's with us. He's also another NPC to keep around. Or throw overboard if it becomes... we need a new intern after all.
Gosh, guys. He's actually a deep scion!
Oh my god! And you guys are horrified to see Bralum the deep scion! Okay. Yeah, alright, Phil. Sure, we kill the guy.
He screams and your location is revealed.
Alright, Phil. Okay. I draw my sword.
And all your allies are enemies.
Also, the turtle from episode 1 turns up. He's also your enemy. Alright.
Crushed. Oh no.
Also, the girl from episode 1, the sea elf. She is also your enemy.
Oh, that's right. She was supposed to not be with you, and you're supposed to find her. I'll add that into the dungeon area.
I like having multiple ways to do it. I just never bother writing multiple options. I tend to just go on the fly. Like, it's difficult to predict spanners in the work. So when a player's like, I want to do this, I'm like, alright, let's make it up and go, you know? There we go, alright. I like it. Yeah, I never bother my players constantly keep me on my toes. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I find that when I write stuff, I end up either not using it or just rather making a new thing up in the first place.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean?
What do you mean there were no sea elves?
What do you mean fucking King Crush wasn't already there?
Alright, I think that's good for now. I need to add...
I like it.
I'm gonna make a note. I need to add rescue of sea elf ally. Anything else that I needed to add to this?
I added rescue of sea elf ally.
I'll add.
I don't know. I think that's it.
Combat in the mining cart.
Yeah, how many times does that happen? You write this like intricate combat encounter and like, I'm gonna roll persuasion. I rolled that 20. Okay, fuck.
Yeah, well, when it's an ambush, it's kind of easier.
Yeah,
I had an archdruid ambush a party, with a bunch of pre-conjured elementals. That was fun. Alright, I will save this.
Frittity. Go ahead, man.
Run.
Yeah, no worries. It's all good. Do I just share the link? Yeah, you can share, like, Phil just shared the link with this with me, and now I can view it. You can share it with unlimited amounts of people, so, Google Docs is very useful for...
And you guys can edit it together and argue about words and delete other people's words and have your words.
When they're not looking, you can delete them. It's really good.
Yep, it's wonderful. It's like totally different when I get back to it.
Don't worry, I won't share this one. I won't share this one in chat, it's all good. But yeah, we do have our next show coming up, which is Table Talk, a D&D talk show with myself, Valonda, and Sly Flourish is our guest joining us in just a few minutes' time. So stick around for this show here, guys. And if you did enjoy today's D&D writing and prep show, we're going to be doing more next week. And of course, if you haven't followed yet, hit that follow button and join us. But yeah, Phil, where can we find you online before we head off to our next game here?
I'm on Twitter at Philip Fallon, and I have been encouraged to share my IMDb.
Yes, I love it.
Which is the same. Oh wait, it's not imdb.com, it's imdb.me.
.me, yeah, that's one. Got him.
Anyways, thanks guys for being wonderful. I look forward to Wednesday. I hope many of you can come and see what happens.
Yes, to see this show live that we've just prepped here. My first game is happening tomorrow at 1 PM EDT. Phil's show is happening Wednesday, 1 PM EDT, so you can come check us out then. Thanks for joining us, Phil, and we'll see you next week, my man. No, we'll see you Wednesday and next week.
Yep.